My name is Jared Green, and I'll be doing the leatherback sea turtles. Um, Physical characteristics: they grow up to about 7 feet, on average, are the height of 6 foot man. So they range between 6 and 7 feet when they're full grown, and they can weigh up to about 2,000 pounds. Their colors can vary, but are around bluish black, gray black, or dark blue, along with random spots of pink, which I'll show you later in another picture. While other sea turtles have like a hard shell, leatherbacks have like a leathery, like hence the name, a rubbery to the touch um, shell, along with that's flexible, and the ridges on the leatherback allow them to have better hydrodynamics, which helps them when they dive down the depths around 4,200 feet, so they can really cut through that water at fast speeds. Um, Range and habitat. So I'll expand among this map on the next slide, but for now, they range throughout the Atlantic, Pacific, and Indian Oceans, usually in like the upper open ocean, but do dive down depths around 3,000 to 4,200 feet and search for food. They only move to coastal waters for breeding or for food. So really, food really drives their patterns. And for example, if their nests, for examples where they nest, like Eastern North America, Southeastern Florida, Puerto Rico, and so on. So the red dots are their nesting grounds, as you can see here. So like they nest in Mexico, coast off of Mexico, the Caribbean area, North South America, and a little bit west and east. Southwestern Africa off the coast, southeastern off the coast of Africa, and then India off the coast, and then some Asian countries, along with Australia, of course. Sorry. And then this dark blue you see here, well, the dark blue here is where they also can travel, and we see them mostly, but you also do see them, and there's like this kind of lighter dark blue. This is where they usually are found. They usually like travel along these channels, along around these areas, and then very rarely you'll find them in these light blue areas down here in the south, very far south, and very far north areas. Lifespan: they can live up to about 30 to 50 years, but reach full maturity by age 3 or 4. Reproduction: again, leatherback sea turtles reach sexual maturity by 3 or 4. They mate. Well, the females mate with multiple males, and then the females come ashore to lay their eggs. This process is usually done at night, and it's called the nighttime ritual. And the nests in the subtropical climates and tropical climates, I said before. The females then dig holes where they lay approximately 65 to 115 eggs, then cover up the nest and go back to the ocean. Female sea turtles lay approximately 7 to 10 nests each season, or in one season, but usually only lay eggs every 3 to 4 years, in which this period where they're not laying eggs, they're eating food to gain energy for the next nesting season. And then after about 60 days, the eggs will hatch. So about 2 months. Human-caused threats. Humans take their eggs for religious reasons. Many are caught and killed by fishing lines or nets, like trolling nets and long lines. As I learned earlier in the year, struck by boats, which I've seen firsthand. Not meaning I was on a boat, but I've seen a boat do it before to a leatherback, and it was very sad. And then they ingest plastic debris, which is mistaken for food, and some leatherbacks have been found with almost 11 pounds of plastic in their stomach. Again, fishery bycatch, and then coastal development, limiting where their nesting grounds are. It is estimated that only 1 in 1,000 hatchlings make it to adulthood now because of human-caused threats, and also the fact that they don't have any parental protection when they come out of the shells. They're all for themselves. And at the moment, they are an endangered species. What are we doing? There are as few as 2,300 females, adult leatherbacks in the ocean right now that are able to reproduce, and the population is significantly decreasing each year and are endangered. Marine biologists are expecting leatherbacks to be extinct by 2040, then closed California's long fishery to prevent leatherback mortality, which we need to be doing from all over the place. Long lines seem to be taken away completely. For the first step at least, and then putting up conservation areas for them to lay eggs where there's no human activity. So there can be human activity, but have you ever been to the beach and seen those little blocked off areas of like the pole with the tape around, like the caution tape or do not enter tape? It has a fine on it if you do cross those. Those are usually where like the sea turtle eggs are. And they're just trying to protect them from disturbance. As you can tell, this is how big they are in this left picture. This is one coming out of its shell. And then see these little pink areas around its head and neck? Those are the little pink spots I was talking about earlier. Diet and natural threats. They eat jellyfish, mollusks, squid, sea urchin, and other marine organisms. And they are omnivores. They do eat plants too. Predators include, when they're young, crabs, dogs, seabirds, raccoons, which eat about 90% of their hatchlings. So from that time period when they're hatched to going to the ocean, that's when these predators come into play. And then when they from the ocean to when they're adult, killer whales and various types of sharks, specifically tiger sharks and great whites. Fun facts: the largest sea turtle species in the world, the only turtle species in the world that does not have hard shell. They have existed in their current form since the dinosaurs, and they have traveled 10,000 miles a year to reach their nesting grounds, which is a lot. They can travel over 10,000. Can dive up to 4,000 feet and can hold their breath for 85 minutes. Here are my credits. Thank you very much.